So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, allow me invite you to our YouTube channel to Rayo Streams. Yeah, it's none other than your boy Rayo Skills, and today I bring you my
Colleague.
my colleague. So, you're welcome, bro.
Thank you.
Uh, you can say hello to my people.
Hello, everyone. Jack here. I am the co-host of this podcast. So expect some good content from us.
uh,
And yeah, this is the first one, but not the last
yeah,
one.
it's the first one, not the last one, and a lot are yet to come.
Yeah.
Things are going to be throwing in here and there. We shall be mixing some Luganda, some Kiswahili here and there, some
course.
English, some German here and there.
Of course.
So life is moving just, it's not where we want it to be, but it's moving as it was planned.
Yeah, I think so. It's not where we want to be, but I don't think there's anyone in this life who is where he or she wants to be. I think every time you proceed somewhere, you want to be somewhere else. So every now and then it comes new targets in life. That's why I think so.
That connects us to the life ups and downs, because like when someone gets up, of course, it's looking up to some other people down. Be like,
yeah,
it's for example, these people who over get rich.
Yeah,
when someone over gets rich, now he wants to steal some other things from the poor.
Exactly.
You get?
Yeah.
But okay, so have you already told the people your names?
Absolutely said. I can repeat. My names are Jack.
Mm.
The other names I'm not going to say
For security purposes.
for security purposes. That one,
So
that one I'm not saying, bro.
So Jack,
Yeah, tell me.
if I'm to ask, if someone is there seeing you, he might be asking him or herself like, where were you born? Where did you grow up from? Like, what's the kind of your family background? Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, where I was born. No, my childhood has such a very long story. But where I was born,
But you can try to try to cut it.
I'm trying to summarize it.
Yeah, you can try to summarize it for us.
So I was born in Kenya,
Mm.
but Kenya is so big. I have to go specifically where I was born, in some place called Isiolo. It's some very dry place there. You know, in Kenya we have these places which are arid and
you have some
very dry
places.
Yeah, so I was born in those sets of Isiolo. There it's always dry, like 90% of the year is dry. Then you have short rains. Yeah, that is long time ago. Right now I'm old, bro. I'm old, but not so old. Then
but you've come from far.
I come from far.
From Isiolo to Stuttgart.
I have to go back there, visit there. Yeah, then I studied there my primary school. Then I moved back to village. You know, that is not the village. There is like you live in between town and village.
Yeah, town and village. You're there in between.
So then after primary school, I went back to the village. So in the village, I did my high school. My village is next to Uganda.
Next to Uganda?
I used to cross the border there to go buy some matoke and come back. Because it used to be cheap. Now I go there, 100 Kenya shilling, they change me some good money. I eat some matoke there, drink some drink, then come back to Busia. I come from a place called Busia border.
So because even in Uganda, when you come from this side, of course there is Busia.
Yeah,
I've been in Busia before, but not actually on the basis of going to Kenya.
Okay.
I've been in Busia before. Before I moved to German, I was working with a company called Sachola Supply. It supplies medical equipment.
Okay.
So there is a referral hospital there.
Yeah.
So we had gone there to supply their medical equipment.
Okay.
But I never went so far to visit Busia here and there.
Okay.
But yeah.
You're welcome. When they come there, I'm going to host you.
I've been there before. So
so that is like up to high school. Then of course, you always want to go to campus. You know, when you're in high school, especially in African setting, it's not like here. You always dream of going to campus, doing like some small course here and there. So I moved to the capital city now.
I understand.
After high school, I did my uni there for 4 years, and then right now we are here.
Right now we are here.
Yeah.
What did you study at campus?
I did something called project management because me, I'm this guy who likes projects. I like planning things, organizing things, and it was a very interesting field for me. So I did specify in project management.
Okay.
Before there used to be just a general course like BCom, Bachelor of Commerce, but now when we finished school, it had been separated. Now we had different branches. You go to human resource, you go to accounting, and so me, I did project management.
Okay. So before we go any further, can you please give a word or two to that one little young boy who is looking up to you, who is like, yeah, at one time I would like to really be like, I would really like to be where he is. I would really like to be in his position. Okay, I know like you haven't achieved a lot, or you haven't gotten where you want to be.
Exactly.
But there are these things whereby you can look at to and you be like, okay, yeah, I've done this, I've done that, I have been here, I've been there. Because recently I've seen you doing some holidays. I've seen you bro your pics in Barcelona. I've
travel
seen you,
a bit.
I've seen your pics in Bernabeu, Real Madrid. I've seen you in Valencia.
You know me, I'm a soccer guy.
Yeah, I've seen you in Valencia.
Yeah, exactly.
I've even seen your pics. Was it Amsterdam?
Yeah,
Ajax. That was Ajax.
Yeah, I was in Ajax.
Yeah. So any other person down there in Suyoro, Kenya, can look up to and be like, now I'm supporting these teams from Kenya. Yeah. But how does it sound? How does it come to, like, how does this dream come to really be somewhere in Campun or to be somewhere in Santiago Bernabeu for Real Madrid? I've seen you doing some very, very fine holidays. You seem to be
no, bro. You know when you're in this side of the world, you know, when you grow up, the things you see on the TV, most of them, they are from this side of the world. Like for us, when we grew up seeing football, enjoying football. Now you come here where this football is being played here. Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah.
When you can only 1 hour go to Bayern Munich,
go to Bayern Munich,
Stuttgart, VfB. But actually, you know that I grew up hearing that VfB Stuttgart.
VfB, yeah.
It was by the time those times when we grew up, it was a very, very strong team.
Big club. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you know, like for me, when I came to Germany the first stadium I went to visit was München. That was the first stadium.
Of course, every person who comes to Germany, he dreams about first visiting Allianz Arena.
And that is like a dream come true for me, you know, because these are like a week or 2 weeks ago, I saw it on the screen. Now I'm seeing it like I'm so overwhelmed. You know? Yeah, so what I can say is just believe in yourself. That's what I usually say, believe in yourself.
Okay.
We are different, we have different capabilities, and if you want to achieve anything, you don't need to achieve something because you're in Germany.
Yeah.
You can achieve anything from anywhere in this world. The problem is for us back home is usually a bit
you know why
stretch, you know.
You know why I'm going to tell you to leave that comment. Yeah.
I know.
You just tell them impossible is nothing.
Impossible is nothing.
But if you tell them you can achieve anything from where you are, they will say,
don't believe so.
Why did you know Kenya?
I know. That will be the argument, but you know that emphasis there, you can't go low in Kenya. For real, you can. First, you have to believe you can do it from Kenya as you try to get opportunity. Because what if you don't get opportunity? Then you won't have the motivation to continue again. Because with us, for me, for instance, it's not that I came directly from school then to German. No, I tried some small things here and there, and some were giving, some were not giving, and that's why I say, like, once you get the opportunity to
start up something,
to start up something,
just start,
and you get opportunity to move abroad. Very, like I can say, like 5% of people get the opportunity to come to these places.
Okay.
And the majority of the people maybe will be watching this YouTube channel, but they may not get the opportunity. And that's why I say, like, just believe in yourself, whatever you're doing, how much hard it is. If you want to come to Germany, say I want to come to Germany. If you want to come to any other country, you want to go to Dubai, you want to go to UAE, focus on that goal.
Okay.
And I know God will come up.
Another question is like, you left Kenya, you came to Germany. Of course, these are two very different countries.
Yeah.
With two different languages, totally different languages, totally different cultures, totally different people. How are you managing it in German? Like, how are you managing to evolve yourself into German?
Yeah,
I find it something like very extrinsic to talk about, something very hard to imagine, but I'm seeing you catching up with it. How are you managing it?
What can I? The most difficult thing about coming to a foreign country, especially with that foreign language, is the language, because that's where everything starts. Once you can't go to a supermarket and say I need something.
You have reminded me something. You have reminded me
I
of
can
something.
tell you, it's easy to get into the culture when you can talk. But the moment you can't make friends, you can't communicate, you can't express your feelings.
The result people start looking at you like someone who
you look stupid.
You start looking stupid. People start looking at you like
you're shy. You don't know.
Like you don't know what you want. How can you fail to speak German?
Imagine coming from Uganda, where you used to talk freely and express yourself. You reach here somewhere, you're in front of a doctor. The doctor asks you, how are you? Which part of your body?
You're just touching. No wonder, like people. You say like many of these people who come from outside German and they come in here. No wonder they turn into introverts.
Yeah, most. Like me, I became an introvert. Me, I'm an extrovert. It took me time. I'm still not. When I'm with my Kenyan people, with my African people, I'm an extrovert because I can go with them very well. But once I'm in this setting where there is very many different people from different nationalities, then I lose my extrovert.
But I think for this thing of the language, sometimes it comes to which society you are in.
Yeah.
Because there are some people. Last time I was with someone and he was like, the moment I'm with the fellow people who come from outside German, I can speak my German. My German comes through. But the moment I'm with citizens, you know, the problem with citizens, let me tell it to you. Now the problem with citizens, when a citizen tells you something, you have to first take it into your brain, translate it into your Sprache, reply it into in the same language, in your language, then you say it out in his language. So in this process, like it takes
you lose a lot of information.
Even the jazzing loses rhythm.
Yeah, it loses the rhythm.
So I think that is the problem with the language. Now we have other people who come in here and they totally don't want to know anything about language, about the language. Which advice do you give for such people?
I can't advise them. Because I don't know. Because for you to come to this place and you don't need the language, it means you are a very special person. I see those people, those people who are
special.
Yeah, because those are people like work in ambassadors, those people work in these companies that are international that don't need this language. But at the moment, it will hit you hard when you leave the company. You go to a bar or go to a restaurant, and you're alone.
You have to involve in the social life.
So may I just say, just learn the most basic ones. Just the most basic one, the greetings, the saying I'm okay, how was your day? Like just know those basic ones. But then I know what you mean. Some people come here, they're like, I don't want to learn any language, But for us, when you come here, it's different. You have to learn the language, you have to assimilate with the society so that you don't feel that separation so much,
that discrimination.
Yeah, because at some point you'll have to go to school. At some point you'll have to further your knowledge in some field or anything. So let's say like it's good to try and learn a bit. You don't need to know you don't need to learn everything. Because I think learning German, all of us will learn German, but we won't learn German like kids who are born here. We learn the most basic things, the most basic
so that you can go on.
So that you can go on and just at any point you find yourself, you can explain yourself.
So there is also another part, like it's a sensitive part. So when someone comes in here, no matter which way you used to come in here, now there is this part whereby we travel from our homeland countries. We come here when we are yeah, of course, some are already old,
Mm-hmm.
some already like have families down there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you really advise someone to go to school again? Because these people are old. Do you really advise these people to go to school again so that they can do some course?
Because
some course to do something.
I'll say go to school because
Mm.
First of all, such countries like this one, these are countries that they reward knowledge. It's not like a back home where knowledge is sometimes be tricky, because back home you can find someone very bright, but is the one struggling the most.
Yeah.
But in these places,
they reward knowledge.
Once I'm about to say Igal, but once Igal is like, it doesn't matter. Once you have
try so much as you can not to mix German into English.
It's hard, but
like I don't think it's hard. I'm also passing through a lot here to hold Luganda back, to hold English,
because most words are
hold
like
German back.
English. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, when you come here, doesn't matter how old you are, as long as you're still in this age of, you can go to school for most courses here are 1 year, 2 years, 3 years more at most. But most courses, like this 1 year course, is something you can attend 1 year, you get your paper, you go to work. Easy.
And that paper will stay with you
for your entire life. Forever, and they will appreciate you. At least you have shown them you want to do something.
Yeah, you want to do something.
Yeah. So I'd say, just when you come here, just go get something to do. Just anything.
Okay.
There are so many things to do. You can even, even things of collecting garbage. These are work. People are paid. These are professional jobs.
Last time I was telling someone, be like, if I tell you how much money the people are working for in my homeland country, and the same work here. For example, the nurses. Let us talk about the well-studied nurses, the graduated nurses. So you can find somewhere down in Uganda whereby someone is paid okay, let me say 1 million Ugandan shillings as a nurse in Uganda. Okay, I'm just estimating. 1 million Ugandan shillings as a nurse in Uganda. But in German, a studied nurse is getting, okay, I'll talk about the places that I know, like, is getting like 2,800 euro, 800 euros. So 1 million Ugandan shillings is equivalent to 250 euros. So are you seeing the difference?
It's very big.
The other one is getting, in Uganda, someone is earning 250 euros. In German, someone is earning 2,800 euros. I'm talking about netto, like the money someone gets on his account, even after cutting off the revenue, even after cutting off the taxes here and there. Okay, I won't talk about the monthly spending whereby someone has to pay for himself rent or something, because even the person in Uganda on this 1 million or on this 250 euros, he has to pay rent there. So are you seeing the difference between the two economies?
Both is very different. Reason being, first things first, like that 250 base salary in Uganda.
And mind you,
tell you one thing.
You see people like people are going to comment here. Like people, like you try to comment down there. People will tell you that even the ones who get that 200, even the people who get that 250, they are very, very few.
They are very few, and I can conquer, because even in Kenya, it's not like it's very different. In Kenya, maybe a nurse can get 500 euros, maybe twice what's in Uganda. But you find that
don't make me feel that I'm coming from. we have been ruled for.
There are people
who have been ruled for 40 years down the road.
I know,
and someone is not allowing us to. Is not showing any signs of living.
Bro,
we're not going that side.
But that side we won't touch. That is, we're just talking about life here. No politics. Okay, so life is very unfair sometimes, because here the same studied nurse can start with a salary of, what you say, like 2.8 or 3, and that is like 4 or 5 times the salary someone down there in Uganda is
But
earning.
it's more than 4.
Yeah, and you see that comes to
where's the how? We haven't talked about the mini job.
yeah, you can do a mini job. Like that's I say, like these countries, what I say is that they reward your knowledge. That one they do. Back home they don't reward knowledge. Back home, there's a lot of people who have studied, even some very better nurses than some nurses here. They have more knowledge than, more experience than some of us here. But you see, the way the system is there, the government, the society, they just take these careers like for granted. That's the problem back home. They take these careers for
They
granted.
don't appreciate talent.
They don't appreciate talent, careers. They reward things that I'd say not to need to be that. Like for me, if I was a president, for instance, I
Just imagine they give you that cake.
they tell me I'm a president. First things first, I'll make sure that the most paying jobs, those people who are teachers, not pay teachers so much money because they are the best of everything. Because
now
you find a teacher back home in primary school teaching because he's the one setting he or she's the one setting the basic knowledge, but he or she's the one earning the least amount of money.
Yeah.
So me actually say that in our society the curve is like the starting
upside down.
Yeah, it's upside down. Now you find someone politician who went to class 2 but can talk. Just some funny ones. Go to the village, convince some
people,
gets voted in. He's a millionaire.
But
now, how do you expect this guy who never went to school to start saying now the teachers need to earn more? They will never. But you see, that's how. But here you find people are professional. People know how to reward education.
Yeah,
they do, and that's one thing I really appreciate with such places, because you come here, you study, you get your money, you get your job, you do further studies, you go up the system. It's very
and life continues like that.
Very organized.
So the last part that we shall talk about is like we all left home to change home, and some of our colleagues chose to go to UAE. Some of our colleagues chose to go to Asia. Of course, we have traveled. Many people have traveled all over the entire world. Some people have gone to USA. Some people are doing well in England. Some people are doing well here and there. But I'll first say my mind about it.
Yeah.
I'll advise, like, whenever I'm talking to these people of mine or with these colleagues of mine, I'm always advising those people that who are in UAE to just use it as a stepping stone, so that if you get into UAE, maybe you never had money to get you to Europe, or you never had any idea to get you into Europe or UAE, because we all think and we all have that idea that UAE, okay, yeah, there are jobs, there are job opportunities there, but Europe and the other western side, there are so many job opportunities, and based on even the working environment is really better than the working environment in UAE. So I have always advised them, like, you use UAE as your stepping stone, so that you can tap onto something bigger. You can just aim at the moon, you fall among the stars. So what is your say about that? What is your say about the people, like, okay, talk about the differences that are between the people who went to the Asian countries rather than coming to the European countries. I won't say that what they did was wrong, because there are some Asian countries really doing well. There are some people who are in South Korea, they are really doing well. I've heard about some other people doing in is it China? They are really doing well. But I'll talk about the people who are most especially in should I say UAE or Dubai, because these people, like our colleagues there, our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our uncles down there, they are really passing through some very harsh working conditions. So what is yours about that?
Yeah, that is a very sensitive
I know it is a
topic,
very sensitive
but
topic.
the difference is between, like me, I feel like these Western countries, these European countries, they have rules and they protect laborers.
They protect the workers.
Yes, very much, from the smallest to the highest.
You can't find someone beating the other.
No, you'll never find. You know the rules, bro. You live here. You know how
you know you can be
you know how
taken.
things are. Yeah, I know those cases. Even back in Kenya, people go to these countries and they don't what they expected. But because of desperation and everything, you just go there. But the way the labor laws and say the labor environment is, Europe is
the
best.
working environment,
Yes. Working environment in Europe is the best.
incentives that come
When you
with
compare
the
with
holidays that come with. I don't think, do those people working in Dubai, do they have holidays even?
I know they have, but maybe they.
No, I mean holidays in between work, bro.
I know it depends. The problem
I'm not talking about
the problem
days off.
with the problem with those places is like the employer. They know they've given you something
and they are helping you too.
Yeah, that is the difference with here.
So they don't value your services.
No, they value it, but they don't value that much, because with them they know you need it. There's nothing you can do without it. Now there you find you have a contract. In the contract you have holiday, but you don't get those holidays. That's what I'm saying. They have these laws, but they don't.
So the holidays are just written.
Yeah, they don't like go through with them the way they. That's why here you get contracts. Here people honor contracts. Even in Kenya, even if you live in this country, my own country, bro, these people, they don't do that things, bro. They're the same, just the difference is, bro, those things, they're the same everywhere. Apart from these places where they have rules, they have laws, they know consequences. Even if you break a simple rule of traffic light, you know why people wait at that.
You know you will face the consequences.
People wait the traffic light. The cars wait at the red light even at night when no one is watching, because they know the consequences. Because they know if you pass it, you get caught, you pay.
So what if it comes to a contract when you're treating someone badly, someone is working for you?
Those things happen, bro. Everywhere in the world. I can say the good thing with here is just there's rules here. That's what I like about here.
Okay.
But
there is rule of law.
The rule of law, but it's just a small part of the world.
Okay.
Majority of in the rest of the world, things are not working the same.
Okay.
Things are not the same. Employers are not the same. Countries have different rules. Because when you go to those specifics, you'll get like 20, 50, or 60 stories.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's why when you get an opportunity to come here, well and good. Yeah. If you don't feel like the world is ending, no. But yeah. So
okay. So one last word to the people of this channel. You can face them and tell them one or two words about anything that you feel like.
Just
the undistributed.
As you know, bro, I think I'm in that point of life where I rarely take advice. Reason being, because me actually say this. Nowadays I have this rule.
There is something I read, and it was like, I'm at that point of life whereby I'm no longer advising anyone.
Yeah.
If you want to give up, give up.
Bro, you have seen things until advices don't work anymore. And this generation of ours, I don't think
the Gen Z.
I don't think, bro, you're the Gen Z. And the Gen Zs, I don't think they work with that. Our sisters, our brothers before, they used to work on advices. They used to be told like, if you do this, you do this. If you work hard, bro, nowadays people have grown in a situation where someone doesn't want to work hard. Someone can fake it, and
you fake it until when you make it.
Someone is just
so there. That was the last one. Like you would have told this
before,
people.
like
fake it until when you make it.
No, don't fake it.
So
that wasn't my word.
Thank you very much.
My word was like, believe in yourself and face every situation. head on. Yeah.
So thank you for the opportunity,
Bro,
and thank you for visiting us. We shall be hosting you again.
I will be a regular visitor.
Uh,
With no invite, I come.
okay.
Choose.
Ciao.